Last week's side trip to West Virginia was a much-needed break, and the endless wall trail was definitely worth the trip. Today our plan is to drive 231 miles to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. Today's road trip is brought to you by the 3 R's. First up, our 35-minute road construction delay, followed by our 45-minute rainy day accident delay, and as we approach Charlotte, North Carolina, we quickly realize that we made it just in time for rush hour. So our 4-hour travel day is now turned into a 6-hour travel day, and we are ready to call it a night. Daddy go outside without you? Look out the window. Where is he?
We are in South Carolina, and we found this free camping spot on iOverlander. And it's called the Santee Coastal Reserve Camping. And it's free. They just want you to fill out a registration tag, drop it in the box. You can stay up to a maximum of 4 days. And there's about 10 or 12 different spots in the campground. They want you to camp in the campground and not outside of it. And they've got portable toilets here with sanitized stations next to them. But what's really cool to me is the trees. Look how giant they are. And they've got different moss or something hanging from the branches, and ferns growing off of them. What an amazing place. Very happy to share this with you, and hope that you get a chance to come by here. And this is right by a bird sanctuary, and there is trails all over the place, and I can't wait to go hiking. Supposedly there's alligators and every kind of bird you can imagine. Alright, I think this is an oak tree, but I haven't seen anything like this in the West. So if you're looking at a tree like this for the first time like I am, it's pretty cool. It's hanging, it's got moss hanging from it. I don't know if you can see it or not. All over it. And then when you start looking closer at the tree trunk and the branches, enormous branches coming off, they're all covered with ferns. I've seen ferns coming out of a redwood tree before, but not all over. It literally has ferns all over this tree. How cool is that? I wonder how old it is. It's just pretty darn awesome. You think, Riddle? All right, come on.
I think the water gets this high.
I think it's extremely low right now. Yeah, I think it does get this high. See, the trees are cypress. You see those pointy roots all over?
Yeah.
That's roots from the cypress trees.
Oh.
And these are small cypress.
This is cool. I'm looking for snakes in the trees.
There goes a bird. Is that eagle?
I think it's a herring.
Oh. Looks like. Oh yeah, it's not no eagle. This is pretty cool. Not much water in here though. Looks like it's pretty dry. We just spotted a giant alligator here in South Carolina.
He's pretty dang big.
He's huge. At least as big as the ones that we've seen in Louisiana.
Oh, way bigger.
This one's way bigger?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he is giant.
Perhaps I should go kayaking. Not. It's bigger than my kayak.
Oh, I wish we could get a better look at him. Can you zoom in with your camera?
Yeah.
There's an alligator right in front of us. This time it's a small one. We're gonna see if we can walk past it. It's sunning itself. Let's say a good 5 feet long. Looks miniature compared to the last one that we saw. Looks like there's some type of herring in there. Here he's getting a picture of it. It's hard to see. See if I can walk in a little closer.
Don't fly away.
Yeah, you.
Scary.
They're rocking away. Don't want to scare at all. We're at the Santee River Reserve, or
Santee Coastal Reserve.
Coastal Reserve.
And there are trails everywhere. This is absolutely a beautiful place.
It's a real important global bird sanctuary, and there's no shortage of wildlife here.
No, I've never seen so many herrings
And
in one spot.
Not to mention alligators.
Yeah, we saw 2 alligators today.
So it's been a really crazy cool day. We're enjoying it here. There's free camping. The whole sanctuary is not too far north of Charleston, South Carolina, if you're trying to find it on the map. South Carolina camping was pretty awesome.
It was.
I felt like we were camping on a wildlife refuge, and I guess it is because it's a wildlife preserve, with a free campground that is set up like a regular paid campground. So it was pretty awesome. I've seen more birds there than I've ever seen any one spot, I think.
Yep, a couple alligators, a couple of dolphins.
It's got really good LTE connection, so we were able to do the things that we needed to do online while we played at the same time.
And one of the really nice things is a lot of times when you're on a wildlife reserve, you can't have a dog. And they let you take your dog on the trails as long as they're on leash. So that was really cool.
Yeah, everything worked out great. And my first impression of South Carolina is pretty darn good. My favorite part of the whole thing was the oak trees. Just ginormous oak trees with moss hanging and ferns growing on them. So I was just blown away by that.
They were pretty cool. What about the alligator?
And the alligators were pretty cool too.
And of course, as a photographer, I love birds. I'm not very good at photographing them. I want to get them in flight, and I'm still not good at that. But it was an awesome place. I really liked South Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. If we go by there again, that's where we're camping. So this was a little bit shorter video than we're used to.
We had no drone.
No drone, not at the wildlife preserve, just wasn't right. And we have a lot of work to get done before we get to the tiny home convention.
Yep.
So we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you in Florida.